Yo, what's going on? We are back with our newest installment. Can I say season 2 of 28th and Jefferson? I kind of feel like that was like a season.
Sure. We've been on vacation.
We have. And we have some very special guests in the building. We have, dare I say, some trailblazers in the Nashville fashion industry. Two super positive Black brothers. We are here with the Live Above crew. What's going on, fellas? Y'all straight?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man. Thank you for that. Thank you for that introduction, man.
It's no problem. I always got to juice my fellow Black kids up, bro. If ain't nobody else got us, we got us. You feel me? But as y'all know, we got my little bro. We got AC in the building.
What's happening? What's happening?
And of course, we have the queen of the palace, the castle. What you got going on?
I'm just chilling with my homies.
Cool.
I'm glad to be back at work.
Cool.
Honestly,
You back
it's
at
an
work.
honor to be in the presence of Live Above. I've heard so many good things.
Yeah.
So today it's time to get down to the nitty gritty and find out what exactly is Live Above. What does it stand for?
But before we do that, why don't y'all introduce yourselves to the 28th and Jefferson viewers and everybody in, I won't say TV land, that's old school, in Instagram land that's watching. Why don't y'all introduce yourselves and let everybody know what y'all got going on?
All right. So I'm Adrian, half of Little Above. Originally from Racine, Wisconsin. Graduate of Tennessee State University. Now here in Nashville, Tennessee, repping Little Above.
Yes, sir. My name is Darren Wiley. Originally from Cincinnati, Ohio. Been here for 9 years. Went to CSU. That's
Cool. Cool.
CSU alumni.
Oh, yeah.
The building.
Yeah, man. And if you have been in Nashville, I'm going to say for the last 2 years, and chances are you've either seen these brothers' clothing in the streets, you've seen them on TV, especially as of late, or you've seen them, courtside and field side, NFL, NBA, MLB, whatever, you know what I'm saying? So let's start off with the brand itself, man. How did y'all come up with the name Live Above?
So what Live Above represents is pretty much the background of myself and Darren's story. So it talks about how we got started from, we both went to different universities before we got to Tennessee State.
Okay.
I went to school in Milwaukee, Darren went to the University of Ohio.
Okay.
University of Miami, Ohio, I'm sorry. We didn't know each other at the time, transferred to Tennessee State, where we kind of turned things around, graduated with honors, got salary positions, but and we also played together, so Darren's my line brother. So that's how we met,
Yeah, so y'all got a real deep bond.
Yeah,
real deep bond, yeah. I always like seeing that.
Another thing that me and Darren have in common, which we learned together while, going forward with our organization, is that we both lost a parent to cancer.
I did too.
So you understand,
yeah. Thanksgiving 2014.
Never forget it, huh?
Never will.
Yeah.
Never will forget it. 9:22 a.m.
So that's where Little Above stemmed from. So I lost my father. Darren lost his mother. When we learned that about each other, we learned that we were living above at the time by keep going. Because when you go through something as tragic as that, it's easy for you to just kind of fall back or kind of give up.
Right.
So when you talk about Live Above, it represents whatever you're going through in life, whether it be death of a family, whether it be school, or something as simple as work. If you're going through it, if you can live above it, you can get through it.
Absolutely, man. That's definitely a positive message and testimony right there within itself. You know what I'm saying? Let's hear your side.
Pretty much why expanding on that, like after we figured that out about each other and figured out the meaning of Live Above, we wanted to put that out into the community because everybody goes through something.
Right.
Everybody has some type of tragedy. Everybody has some little occurrence that happens in their life that they have to live above themselves. So what we wanted to do was to, put our creative spin, not just telling people, but actually, when you wear our shirts, you get the message when you look down and keep going.
Right. Yeah, I think that's really, really dope.
Extremely motivational.
Absolutely, man. I remember following you guys on Instagram a long time, like when y'all first started. with all it almost looked like the Ciroc the Vote T-shirt. Y'all remember that? Like just the check mark. Yeah. Like when y'all first started, I was like, let me see what they're working with. And just following you all's journey from just the simple branded T-shirts to expanding now to see what you all are doing is really been a pleasure and honor watching you all get to that point. And see you got anything?
Yeah, man. I would like to know how y'all ended up partnering with Sprite, man. I saw that and I thought that was cool. Like, how did that come about?
They actually reached out to us through email. They scanned Instagram specifically, and looked at the impact that individuals' brands have in Nashville.
Okay.
So they picked us out, and they wanted to bring. It was Nashville Fashion Week.
Okay.
So they picked us out to bring more shelf life to their brand, to actually bring more awareness to their brand,
Okay.
and then also use. They thought we were a good partner to do a pop-up shop, and they painted a mural on Charlotte Avenue to bring more awareness to their brand and also ours. So.
Cool.
Nice.
Cool. You got anything to add to that?
It was dope.
Yeah.
Man, I mean,
Of course.
to be able to partner with Sprite and for them to initiate conversations,
That's
like,
that's the
you know,
best
that
part.
That's
You never know who's watching.
You never know who's watching. Growing up, I'm pretty sure we've had that conversation with all of our parents or OG talking about, y'all on MySpace, wild right? No, you never know who's watching. And then years had they seen that you all, weren't really taking care of business, or if they had seen that you all were out not really doing the things that you all were supposed to do to represent the best image of yourselves and your family and friends who you represent, and they probably been like, nah, we'll pass on them, or we'll just go somewhere else. But like you said, that's huge to have them reach out to you all. Because I've had a couple of endorsement deals, and I had to be the one to reach out. And I know other people that have had that, they were the ones to reach out. But very rarely does that happen.
Especially with such a big household name.
Yeah, right. Man, we all know Sprite. Everybody like in the black community, Sprite is medicine. Sprite is a medicine in the black community. Right? You know what I'm saying? Like it's one of those things to where Sprite is just a household name that's known worldwide, universally. And the fact that they came down to North Nashville, out here in Germantown, and say, hey, yo, we want to partner up with you guys. We want to work with you guys. Man, that is a huge accomplishment, man. Kudos, definitely big kudos to you all for that, man. And I'm just saying, I hope to see more collaborations with Sprite and the Coca-Cola family, since they are under that Coca-Cola.
And with you saying that, so like with y'all having such a big deal with the pop-up, like what do y'all have following? What y'all have following that?
So they have, so they do that in various cities.
Okay.
So they're starting back up in the fall.
Okay.
And they're looking to bring us back on for those different cities. So we're just trying to stay solidified and stay impactful in that way.
Cool. Now, I'm going to throw something in there that the Nashville natives will know. You all might not know about, because I don't know if they did it in Racine or if they did it in Cincinnati, but y'all remember when we was kids in the summertime and Coca-Cola used to have like a little community pop-up? I mean, what it was back in the day, it was like they would have like a Coca-Cola truck and like DJs and music playing, and they just like pull up in different like community centers, and it would just be like a cookout just in the middle of the street. They sponsored it. You remember the days, bro? Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm throwing the alley-oop. I'm hoping somebody catch it and bring take it on in. I mean, because that not only would that be a good look for Sprite, but more importantly, that would, in my opinion, be a good look for you all, especially y'all are here. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are transplants who have now called Nashville home. Right. You know what I'm saying? You all have planted that seed and it's taken root, and it has grown to such a monumental level to where Sprite is like, yo, we really need to work with these guys. And Zach will remember, as he was back behind the camera nodding his head, man, that was like a pretty big deal when we was coming up, man.
I think the Universal Soul Circus had come a couple times to that.
A few times. I don't know. Are you all cool with Rashid Walker? He has the Hustle Strong Foundation. Yeah. Well, he has some really close connects with the Universal Circus. So I don't know, man. We might need to go on ahead and make that happen. You know what I'm saying? We definitely need to make that happen.
Now, this is my question, because I see a lot of different brands, and Nashville is growing at such a rapid pace. So I'm always an advocate of like brands collabing with each other to expand, especially like people that look like us. You feel me? Right. You see we moving in. You feel me? And it's like they try not necessarily they try to push us out, but we need to take a stand and really diversify. So I'm trying to say, how are you guys besides like doing pop-up shops, like making your imprint in the city and also expanding it outside of Nashville?
So something that we're working on now is actually working on collaboration with other businesses in Nashville. So small black businesses in Nashville and large black businesses in Nashville. We're working on collabing with them now. We won't say their names yet until the collab drops.
Yeah, definitely can't say it until the ink dries.
That is something that we've been, because on the first part of our brand, we kind of shied away from the collab because we wanted to kind of set the tone for who we were first.
Absolutely.
We kind of build our brand first.
Absolutely.
And now that we kind of solidified somewhat in Nashville, we want to keep growing in Nashville, but do with other people too. So
You gotta do what's best for your brand too. You can't collab with everybody.
Yeah.
Everything doesn't look good with your brand.
Yeah, absolutely. And let's see, when was the brand founded? Like I said, I believe I started following the brand itself maybe about 2 years ago. Does that sound about right? Maybe, am I right or wrong? About 15, 14 around this year?
So we came about in 2013.
Okay.
Like the idea came in 2013.
Yeah. Okay.
And with that, it came in, which is very significant in this. We found it, we would say in October or September. In that small window, Darren turns 25 in September, and I turned 26 in December.
Okay.
So it's like a 2-month window where we both were 25 years old and we made a distinct decision that we both gonna walk away from our jobs. So if you see on some of our pieces, we'll put the number 25 on there to represent the age that we both were when we made the decision to kind of take that leap of faith.
Okay, now, because I still got a job. When y'all like I'm about to take this, I'm about to take this leap.
Right.
Like, what clicked in your mind? Like, man, I'm about to go ahead and make the leap.
So the unique thing between both of us is that we never wanted to work for anybody. Just because we've seen our parents go through the
work so hard,
60 hours a week, couldn't be home with your family, and then seeing how the company treated them.
Right.
So we already had that mindset that, you know, when we did sit in the room, we were roommates. We were both roommates at the time. We sat in our third bedroom and like, okay, what do we do? We both quit our jobs, put a plan together, and then move forward with it. So it was like we wanted to put our backs against the wall that, you know, we got steady checks when we worked for, he was a manager at Walmart, I worked at Regions Bank.
Right.
So we could always get a steady check.
Right.
We could always get a steady check, but if you put your back against the wall, you don't have anything to fall on. So you gotta go forward.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Man, listen, man, the amount of faith it takes to do that, because man, so many people in Nashville like sleep on their dream because of that fear of failure, of not being able to pay bills and not being, because I mean Nashville is growing at such a rapid pace, and this the only thing you hear with Nashville now is like synonymous with cha-ching. I mean, it's a very expensive city, and so just to have that amount of belief and faith and confidence within yourself to say, you know what, I'm gonna quit this high dollar job at Walmart. You know what, I'm gonna quit this bank manager job at Regions Bank, and I'm gonna go and do my own thing, to where, like you said, you go from a consistent, 2 weeks, you straight, to you might be 2 weeks, like, we eat ramen noodles today, but you know what I'm saying, like, that takes a huge amount of faith.
I was gonna say what helped with that was having somebody else, having each other to be able to lean on with that.
Yeah,
so accountability. So I know it's one thing for me.
You ain't gonna have to remember.
So we gotta make something right. Gotta make
something. I care about myself, but if I know my brother depending on me, I gotta get up.
Right.
I gotta make this happen.
And that's a testament that you said it that way, because that shows that you were not in it only for yourself.
Come on,
You know what I'm saying? That you was in it to make sure that he was straight.
Right.
And that he was in it to make sure that you were straight. And so when you are doing something for somebody else, I'm a firm believer, no matter what religion or what belief that you believe in, I'm a firm believer that when you're doing something with the good and you have a solid purpose behind it, especially when it's not for yourself and when it's for somebody else, you definitely are going to be rewarded for it and taken well and good care of in the long run. You know what I'm saying? I think that's extremely, extremely dope. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. I know y'all are close to James Shaw. And now James Shaw, you guys line brother?
Yeah.
Okay. So y'all line brother, and y'all know what happened with him.
Yeah.
And what I saw that was interesting, he had the Live shirt. Like, did y'all create that after the incident, or that was already?
So that was already in our winter collection.
Okay.
Winter collection.
Gotcha. Okay, that was already okay.
I like the way that he added the "I just wanted to," and then the shirt was right on the Live. So it was a very powerful message.
Okay, B, with the Jerry Rice hands on the nuances. Okay.
So my question is to you, since you guys line brothers, I'm pretty sure you guys are close to him as well. Like, what has he contributed to you guys as well?
As far as what we're working on right now with James, we actually contributing to him right now. Our thing with us having such a close relationship with James is, one, just make sure he all right.
I heard that.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, it's a lot going on. There's a lot around him right now. Our goal is to being so close. You okay? You need something, because when it all died down, you still got to deal with it.
Right.
And we gonna be, we got to be there for him. So right now, we doing a shirt dedicated to him and his foundation, so he can kind of continue to spread the message about what happened. And if you want to, whatever he want to do, whatever way he want to take trips with, as far as spreading that message, going to different cities, universities, things like that. I think that's the best thing for us to do is support him right now.
For sure. And speaking of James, I didn't even cut you off, Fabi, but you know, with all this stuff going on in America, you know, we, especially Nashville, we got the Waffle House shooting, we had the Aqua Mill shooting,
Right.
And now we have this new video out called "This Is America" by Childish Gambino. And so I wanted to know, like, everybody's thoughts really on that, like on the particular video and the climate and like all the conversations that come up about it.
Right.
Anybody that want?
It's a powerful message. The video in itself makes me emotional, if that makes any sense. Because it touches on so many different situations, not just in Nashville, but around the world. If everybody like opens their eyes and wakes up and sees like there are things going on around you that we can't control, and things that are beyond our control. So for people to actually, you know, get involved and actually try to, I know we can't stop the things that are going on, but if we all come together, we can make a movement, and maybe the movement can be positive, but I do think that the video in itself touches a lot of things that are going on.
Absolutely.
Worldwide.
Yeah, that video is really crazy, bro. Like, it's like, I don't know, like, y'all remember a couple years ago, like the Kendrick Lamar performance, he came out, you know, marching to the chains, and, you know, the flames and the police cars and all that stuff. Like, I think that video is definitely on that same level as far as getting America's attention.
I agree.
We all in this room see it. But, you know what I'm saying? I kind of feel like that there are our lighter pigmented counterparts who kind of turn a blind eye a little bit to it.
Yeah.
Because my thing is like, as far as humanity goes, forget the skin color, forget race and nationality, all that goes out the window.
Right.
But just as being a human, I mean, like, think about it. Like, if people really took the time out to consider what a group of oppressed people, both physically and mentally, hell, you can go down the line, emotionally, spiritually, the whole gamut. If you just take the time out to just remove them and just insert yourself into that, then you somehow or another should be able to feel some type of empathy. You would think so. I mean, it's almost like playing sports. Did you play sports? Yeah, you play sports. So all of us in here have played sports to some degree, right? And as men, we know that when something happens, even if it doesn't happen to us, if we see it and we like, bro, I know that hurts. I know it hurts. Because you can only imagine. And I just kind of feel like with the temperature and the climate that America is in, like, you should have that same mentality. You know what I'm saying? You know, like, there's no reason. It's almost sickening because it's kind of desensitizing.
Yeah,
it's kind of desensitizing.
And that's how I took it when I seen it, because it's like, because I'm seeing everybody rave about it so much. I'm like, man, I'm gonna check this video out. Bro, I watched it the first time. I'm like, I just watched it for face value, so I'm like, I'm not moved. And then I watched it the next time. I'm like, oh shoot, that was to distract me from what
you started catching what was going on.
I'm like, oh shoot! So every time I watched it, it was something different. But I feel like I'm so desensitized from it because it continues to happen. It's like, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't really just like spiritually moved by it. I'm like, okay, it's cool, it was creative, but what can we really do to?
And the thing is,
to improve the situation?
I think that we can utilize that video just as an example, just as just kind of as a template, so to speak. And you can break down just about each and every scene in that video. So, for example, I know a lot of times, or right now, I know what's really popular on social media is the meme of Childish Gambino
with the gun.
I cried. I was
like,
I saw that on the rapper Trouble's page. I saw that on his page, and it was funny. However, I did recognize the pose though, and a lot of people don't a lot of people might not know that the pose that Childish Gambino shot that guy in was actually a pose from the cartoon character Jimbo. A lot of people don't know that, and that's like back in the blackface days.
Yeah.
So if you like look up Childish Gambino pose and Jimbo, then you'll see it is the exact. There was a reason why he shot Buddy like that, because it was this coon. It was a Jimbo, Sambo, whatever his name is. But that's the pose, and it's just like different ways. Did y'all see how neatly, after Childish Gambino killed the guy in the opening scene, how neatly they took care of that gun? They just dragged Buddy body right on off.
Yeah.
And we can go back to the one that kind of started this whole thing. I mean, it wasn't the first one, but like with the Trayvon Martin.
Yeah.
Let's look at how carefully they've been talking about the gun that Trayvon Martin got killed with, and how carefully we are about George Zimmerman. But then, you know, you don't really think about it. It's like, man, he killed this 14-year-old kid that just had some Skittles and an iced tea in his pocket.
Right.
You feel me? Like, we just kind of,
Joyner Lucas.
Joyner Lucas.
He has a lot of powerful.
Absolutely, yeah. He's slowly become one of my favorite.
He got a lot of backlash. He got a lot of backlash from that too, and I thought it was very creative. But I'm like, man, you talk.
I still think it's very creative. Everybody likes their opinion.
For sure, I thought it was dope. Like I thought it was dope, but it's like so many different. It's interesting to see a lot of people's perspectives on it, right?
Yeah, and his delivery is so crazy, like lyrically.
Well, he can rap his ass.
He's a problem.
No, but when he
He's
sits and
a
he
problem,
puts all of these things into like motion, you're rapping about this stuff, and you can't help but to catch everything he's saying.
Right.
And you feel it.
And the video, I forget the name of it, but the video where there was the kind of backwoods white guy, and then there was the black kid from the hood, and they were just sharing each other's stories. Initially, that was the first one, but initially, you know, the black kid was telling the white kid, like, yo, like, you can't tell me what it's like to live like this. And the white guy was like, well, I did this and I did that, and I turned out just fine. And then they started switching roles and whatnot. And then the white guy was like, damn, you know what, you're kind of right.
Exactly. That's that blind eye that you were talking about.
Yeah. But
the empathy.
Right, and the thing is you have to want better for your fellow man as a humanitarian.
Live above.
And you have to want everybody to live above. You have to want everybody. Perfect segue, man. Very, very perfect segue. So, man, I know we touched on James Shaw. A lot of us in the room are close with James and whatnot. Waffle House hero for those of us watching, and your live is off.
I know it's been off since we started.
Unfortunately.
Zach won't fix it.
I got a camera in my hand. So.
See? We're fine. I'll just
And
work
it's
from New York.
Okay, cool. That was give me
Right.
Come on, follow us.
But I think that everything. First off, let me say kudos to y'all for kind of being James's bodyguard, or like lightweight, because like ever since it happened 2 weeks ago, it don't even seem like it's been 2 weeks.
It hasn't been. I thought it was longer than that.
It was 2 weeks. It's been 2 weeks. Yeah, it's been 2 weeks. Yeah. This weekend it'll be week 3, I believe. Yeah. But man, kudos to y'all for just being there in his corner, because man, like that morning, y'all was right there with him. As soon as it was almost like he went literally from just being, you know, regular guy, just like everybody else, to now he's I'm not gonna call him just a hero. I'm gonna call him a worldwide hero, because a lot of people around the world saw what happened, and a lot of people are saluting him. And all of us that know James know he lightweight might be the silliest dude in the world.
That's what I'm saying.
And I'm not even gonna lie. So like I got the message. I was coaching a basketball tournament in Louisville, Kentucky.
Okay.
We're an hour ahead. So all of our phones, we sleep or whatever, we got game to play at like 8 in the morning. Our phones start ringing at like 5:30, 6 o'clock, and we like, man, what is going on? And of course, you know, you get phone calls and text messages that early, especially when they back to back to back. The first thing you think, he was like, oh shit, I don't know if I really want to answer that.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But it was 4 coaches, and all of us was getting the same type messages and the same phone call. Hey, yo, James was at Waffle House and this went down, and we just like, nigga, James? Of all people, James? And at first we didn't realize how serious it was, and we just kind of laughed. It was like, oh man, James probably just beat some little crackhead up or something like that, and we kicked him out or whatever. Kind of did like Coming to America. Samuel L. Jackson was trying to rob McDowell.
Yeah.
I probably wasn't nothing serious, and then we like,
And you see it, yeah.
And it's all on your timeline.
Yeah,
Like
see
you
the story when you read it.
yeah, we was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, it's a different level.
Yeah.
shit, like,
We was like,
cause we
It can be
figured,
overwhelming too.
I
yeah,
don't
'cause-
think of nothing like that.
yeah, you right, and the thing
You just want
is,
to get a meal.
right, and the thing is like everybody says what they would have done.
Exactly.
You don't-
Until you
you
put
don't
in
know.
the
you can't say
situation.
that.
You can't
Exactly.
say that.
He even
Right.
said that. He
You
said,
can't
it's,
say that.
he said, I can't even be mad at anybody else that maybe didn't help or I can't because I don't know what they were thinking at that time. I don't know what I was thinking, he said. That's what he told me. I don't know what I was thinking, so.
And the crazy thing is for people who say, "Oh, I would have done this, I would have done that." Yeah, in hindsight, yeah, after it's
Yeah.
over with, and
Right.
you wasn't
Saw the other
involved,
side, yeah.
when you saw the other side. But my thing is, man, y'all the same people that scared to raise your hand in class, though, bro. You feel me? But now all of a sudden, you grabbing a hot chopper, bro,
Yeah.
a hot barrel of a gun.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden you like the ghetto Clark Kent. So I think that with James doing that and with you all being there right beside him, making sure, like I said, I've been calling y'all his support and his bodyguards, man, because every picture that I've seen, if y'all weren't in the picture, y'all were close to it, y'all were around it, and it's really cool to see how what his actions did kind of embody everything
Exactly.
that you all as a brand do.
That you
You know what I'm
stand
saying?
for.
You know, live above. And like what
Exactly.
AB said, it was just ironic that he was on, was that Good Morning America when he wore the periwinkle? Was that what color it
It
was?
was like a blue.
I
It
would
was
take
like
it,
that
yeah.
color.
Yeah, I had the 128 count of Crayola crayons coming up with sharp, you know.
I
So
like it, yeah.
the thing is like with that taking place, and then with him having the hoodie on, it just made
It's
all the
all
sense in
level.
the world. And you know, I'm looking, I'm like, yo, I wonder what he gonna wear today. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, it's crazy how you all's, what did I say, growth is kind of synonymous with one another. You all obviously had a longer path, but he obviously had a harder path.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
But the fact that you all met at the pinnacle, and this is like, man, y'all both are living above and being legendary all at the same
Yeah.
time, bro. And it's really dope.
Building each other up and being each other's support system.
Yeah, man, that's really truly really amazing, man. Really amazing. Zach, you got anything for him?
I don't know. You close it out if you're ready.
Wow.
Oh, I wasn't ready to
Before
close
we
it out. I
close it
just
out.
didn't know if you had any questions. Yeah, I'm
As
enjoying
far
this.
as, do you all reach out to people to, you know, brand ambassador kind of for your brand? Do you reach out to people or do people reach out to you?
It's a little bit of both. We always reach out to, I know we always reach out to like celebrities and stuff like that. And also, we also reach out to people in the city that's actually embodying stuff that
That's
goes with our
with
brand.
your brand.
Right.
But we always have people that reach out in DMs and see us out and ask us about being brand ambassadors.
Cool, man. I'm glad you actually brought it up because that was what I was gonna bring up as
No,
far
it
as like
wasn't.
the-
We was about to close out.
I told Zach I didn't want to close it.
But
But I do think I want to know what you all think the overall temperature and the climate is in Nashville as far as fashion goes, because I mean there are a lot of people who are branding and starting to reach out and do their own things, and you know, and what I'm liking is that everybody kind of has their own flavor, and nobody's really biting off of anybody. You know, this may be the first time in Nashville where we can legit say that, you know, we have a lane for something that people not hating on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like I haven't seen any bad talk from one brand about another brand. And that might be one of the only areas in Nashville that we have that going in.
We had 3 brands on this show.
We've had three brands on the show.
Yeah.
We should have.
Yeah.
If you all need a female brand
Or
ambassador, let
if
me
you
know.
include
Yeah,
Alicia.
throw that in there, right? That's true.
Or if you include Delisha and Two Wells. So I mean, I don't know, man. Maybe and I don't know, maybe I'm Chris Paul and throwing another alley-oop. But I don't know, man. Maybe we just need to do what is it like? They have like the food truck or the hot chicken fest or something. Like
Like
everybody.
where all of the brands come
We
together.
might
Well,
need
not
to
come
do
together, but we have them all in
We
one
might need
center.
to do a fashion con.
fest. He
We
said
might
fashion
need to do a fashion con hosted by Live Above.
Well,
Just
we working, hold on, we working.
throw in the alley-oop, bro.
Yeah, because you did touch on the climate, and I think that's something that's big. Because one thing we do know is it ain't no hate. It ain't nobody kind of
I'm
taking shots
glad
at
to
nobody
see
else.
that.
Yeah, like we rock with
Glad
everybody, all
to
the other
see
brands in
that.
Nashville. When we out, it's love because we understand. Like you don't really take away from us, we shouldn't take away from you. We all should be able to
Exactly.
deal.
It's,
Inviting
it's
each other.
enough people here. It's
Yeah.
enough
We
people
can
here
all
where
eat.
all of these
Yeah.
brands can thrive and eat.
Right.
And I love what your message stands for. You love what our message stands for. So it's love, man. We love Nashville. And I think it's because everybody coming from different places too. So we bring in flavor. I'm coming from Wisconsin, coming from Cincinnati. So everybody bringing their own kind of flavor with it, and it's working out, man.
I want to bring up another campaign that I thought was super dope that y'all did. And it may have been back around like Thanksgiving or Christmas time. And y'all did a campaign where y'all put together care packages to give out to the less fortunate and the homeless.
Yeah, that was
You know what I'm saying? I thought that was really cool. And it was like y'all like challenge people to like go like to the dollar store, pick up like hygiene products, toothpaste, toiletries, deodorant, you know, facial tissue, all of that stuff, and then y'all had like some really nice looking bags or something that you all.
So it was a burlap bag. The campaign was called the I Will Live Above campaign.
Right.
And it was an embodiment. When me and Adrian were riding around town, every corner you see a homeless person.
Right.
And it kind of gets overwhelming. Like, why is there so many people on every corner asking for it?
Asking
Some-
for dollars, selling the
something.
newspaper, something. Yeah.
So we seen it as a lane. We always wanted to give back, but we just wasn't in a position to do it before. So we created this campaign. Like, this is a need right here.
Yeah.
So we created the I Will Live Above campaign to where, like, if you buy a shirt, you get a bag, you fill it with toiletries, and then you give it to somebody. It doesn't even have to be a homeless person. It's just like paying it forward.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Man, that's dope.
Now is that an ongoing campaign?
yeah, it's ongoing.
Cool.
Why
So
would you
with
stop?
right. So with the purchase of any product,
It's the I Will Live Above. It's
that specific T-shirt.
And
Okay.
then the proceeds go to, we partner with Salvation Army.
Okay.
So
Cool.
the proceeds go to Salvation Army.
Cool.
So y'all heard that, y'all do that.
Make the
It's
pledge.
ongoing.
That's the I Will Live Above pledge. Yeah.
Man, you know what? I'm not even in the fashion world, and man, I got so many ideas running off the top of my head just by talking to y'all.
Later.
Yeah, man.
I'm giving all of them they ideas.
I'm feeling like, bro, I'm feeling
You
real.
feel like Kanye, huh?
No. Speak. Okay, that's another good topic. Man. How do y'all feel about Ye? Did you listen to Ye?
Oh, yeah.
So how do y'all feel about Mr. West?
Who with these schools?
I can't rock with that, but I can't check Ye off yet.
Okay.
My reason being is, after watching his interview and listening to what he said, we quick to cut our people off the moment we feel like, oh, I don't like that part about you.
Right.
So I think with Ye, he has everything he's ever wanted, I guess, from a monetary standpoint, all that. So it's like,
Right.
I kind of got a free world now, and I can paint my own pictures, so I can do whatever I want in a sense, which is a gift and a curse, because it's like, I can do whatever I want, which is great, but now I get to do whatever I want, which could be a whole different level.
Right.
You always hear me say everybody has their own opinion.
This is
Always
very
hear
true.
me say that.
Very true.
So
And he's one of the, he's our, you know what I mean?
his
Oh
opinion
yeah.
has nothing to do with his music.
Oh, yeah.
You
Oh
know,
yeah, carries so much weight that it's like,
So you
well,
like
let's
his
see what new
music
Ye
You
got.
like moving to school?
I like Kanye's
And I like the,
I see that. You talking about 2003,
I like the fact
Yeah.
that when I watched the interview with him and
2003,
T.I., what he said about T.I., what T.I. said about him was, we made that song and I thought that Ye would go back, listen to the song and realize everything I'm telling him. Instead, Ye dropped the song. So to me, he's being very transparent with who he is. Like, I'll take criticism, I'll take it on, and I'll try to learn from it. I know I'm a little wild, but let me build. I might have some, I might not.
So,
But if you do, okay.
So-
Let me butt in real quick.
Yeah,
before you
go
further,
ahead.
because
Go ahead,
It's
Chris.
like, I feel like, man, Yeezy. We talking about Kanye.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And with that being said, he's always going off the wind with everything that he said. Right. He'll admit that. But at the same time, I feel like whenever he's trying to explain something as radical as he is, he calls it free thought, and I think he's substituting the the term of contradiction with the free thought. Because if you listen to him say, like I watched the interview too. Like I watched the TMZ joint and I watched the one with Charlamagne. Yeah. I watched them both.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I see where you coming from, but I still ain't fucking with it.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna be, that's how I am. I respect it, but I respect it, but I'm not feeling it.
I think Kanye, he's always been on a slippery down slope. You know what I'm saying? From coming from college dropout to going to calling himself. That's when he lost me. When he called himself Jesus. You know what I'm saying?
I had the same conversation.
He lost me, but even in his interviews and how he talks, you can just see that he's confused. He don't know how to get his words out. So he just, even with the Charlamagne and the TMZ, it's like he going one way, and then the next 2 hours he going on TMZ and saying a whole different thing. Like,
so do y'all think that this is the real Ye? Or do y'all think that the old Ye was the real Ye? Like which one? Because we've had two totally different sides. Because like
play a part.
That's what happens when you get with them Kardashian women, man.
Listen, the only person who has escaped the Kardashian curse semi-unscathed might be Chris Humphries, bro.
Isn't it? His career is over.
But he old though,
Harden gone too.
Okay, because last year
delved into it.
Because last year, as soon as he broke up, he slowed out in that 10-point game.
Oh, so they went together for real.
I don't know. I can't count Ye out, man. I know I'm on the island by myself right now, but I can't count him out, man.
I ain't gonna lie. You gonna beat me?
Wait.
Okay, thank you, brother. Thank you, man.
I was in love with. I believe right after his mom died, that's where we saw.
Man, listen. No, man, y'all give that man a pass, bro. It was in the damn airport with Stacey Dash is when he lost his ball. Because ain't damn one of them been right ever since, bro.
But you can tell Dave was one of the kids that wasn't cool in school. Like he's like he's
say shit like Poopity Scoop.
Yeah, I agree with that whole dad and that Donald. He said Donald. Once he explained, I'm like, I guess, but you still should have knew better.
But that's what I'm saying.
You should have knew, like.
They only cared about I feel like real talk. If you go through like you gotta keep in mind like graduation, workout plan, all that stuff on that album. Not graduation, but college dropout.
Right.
That was written by Rhymefest. That was written by Consequence. He had people helping him get those thoughts together.
So now he's speaking his mind, is what you're saying?
I don't know. Because
I don't think he knows himself. You know what I'm saying? From what he's talking about, everything that he's been through, all the thoughts that come out of his mouth, TMZ, the conversation with Charlamagne, all of that stuff. I don't think he knows what's going on.
I can see that because, and I'm coming from the other side, I can see that he might not know himself because of the fact of he feel like he one of the best creators that we've ever seen. So when we talk, I'm a creator of fashion, music, everything.
And then you in a whole like different realm with all these, you know what I'm saying? Top name white folks is probably doing whatever. So you know what I'm saying?
I see that. Today I'm the best shooter. Today I'm the best rapper. So I don't know who I am right now. I'm the best. You know what I'm saying? I'm the best at something. I don't know what I am. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's tricky.
I can. I understand.
His project, you gotta check the game with his project.
I semi liked Pablo album. I thought that album. You thought that was trash? It was okay. Now, granted,
Pablo was trash.
I thought Pablo was okay. Now, granted, this is coming from a bona fide Starlito fan. So I didn't really have very many high hopes.
It might be your lane then.
For it anyway.
First
off, Jermaine Shoes. Hey, y'all can quote me on this. I'm about to say something real out loud. And I don't care, bro. Mark it down, bro.
Wait a minute.
Jermaine Shoot will out-rap Kanye and rap his ass under the table. Write it down, screenshot it out.
You heard it here first. MassCtv.
Yeah.
Under that shoe.
Jermaine Shoot writes his own raps.
Yeah, bro. So like I said, I thought the Pablo album was okay. I didn't think it was trash. But
in comparison, I feel like
in comparison to
previous.
Wait a minute, did you like 808s and Heartbreaks and Yeezus?
Yeah.
I didn't like that one of them. Oh well.
The beats I couldn't.
Oh well.
it's hard for me because I always hear the beat first, and then I want the beat. Let me dictate what you gonna say.
What you always say, AP?
Everyone has their own
You
opinion.
know, that's all it is.
I have
For sure.
mine. Your opinion is not gonna change mine. That's just my opinion.
And it should.
It will
and
never.
it should.
Well, that's Kanye for you. Whatever you say.
I'm not Kanye though.
I will say this though.
Right.
I will say this though.
I'm gonna zoom in on
Is it safe to say that Kanye is Black America's Donald Trump?
I think Donald Trump is Black American.
it. You know,
Well, wait a minute. Well, because and the reason that I say that is because Donald Trump ain't new to us. Like, it's just new because he's the president. Well, we've been knowing Donald Trump been out here wilding. We were just entertained by it because it didn't directly.
Kanye's like
I got you.
but Kanye not hurting their feelings. He hurting our feelings.
Bingo!
We feel like
Well, to some degree, you know, Trump is not. Excuse me. 45 is not hurting.
Right.
45 is not only hurting our feelings, but you gotta look at it, man. 45 is hurting the LGBT community's feelings. He's hurting Spanish America, any other. The only people's feelings he's not hurting is the super rich people to a most degree,
an extent.
and farmland America. Think about it, because that's who voted for him. All of these backwoods farmers. I mean, I hate to say it like that. I'm just sure they call us some ghetto hood rats. So I mean, that's just what it is. But I mean, let's just call it what it is. You know, like 45 really has more people against him than he really has for him. And I'll even say this: I even had some people in my office to come out and say, "Yo, I voted for your boy," but that was like, I see now that was wrong. Now, at first when they told me that, I was like.
Right.
Oh, okay, cool. Then you one of them type. But then when they was like, I realized that I had made a mistake. And it's just like,
You can't get that back, that vote back, right?
Do y'all think like once like the old rich white people die off? Because like I'm looking at it.
Wait a minute.
I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna go in there and say,
What I mean by that is, I look at kids, and the kids don't see it as that. Like, we're the bridge to the older people and the youngsters, right? So we get to see, like, we can analyze, like, what's going on, like, shit, I don't know if it's gonna change or not. Like, we're the bridge for, you know what I'm saying, for both generations. But do you think once the people, I'm talking about the legislature, all that stuff is gone, y'all think the youngins will be able to change? You know what I'm saying?
I think it'll be worse. Because if you look at what's going on in the news, like, you got a young boy that was down in Florida that held up a sign, like, on some racist shit.
That's happened twice. That happened again the very next day.
Yeah.
You talking about the prom sign?
Yeah.
That happened again the very next day. Somebody wrote the exact same message.
So they're not even educating no more, seeing right and wrong. So they don't even know. Like, at least the people that's going through know exactly what they're doing.
Yeah. And I'll say
they don't care.
They don't care.
They don't.
Yeah.
They don't, because what type of adverse effects does that have on them? None.
Not right now. Not at the moment, but they will see once they get older, you know, their decisions have had an effect.
I don't know, we listen to Poopy too. I don't know.
I mean, the thing is,
Was that a horrible song before he said "Poop to School"? Just the beat, or you messed with it all before he said it? That's all you hear now.
you only heard that portion.
Yeah.
Oh, real? Okay.
We'll have to bump that before we leave.
You have to let Kanye's workout plan before you do that.
I mean, I don't know. As far as
I'm gonna wait
our,
around. Then I.
as far as our lighter pigmented counterparts, that's what I call them. As far as the youth, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I just kind of feel as though they don't understand, because one, there's no real consequences for any of that stuff.
Yeah, they guard.
They're super protected, they're super guarded, all of that. There's no legit consequences for any of that. nowadays, and I just think that is very unfortunate because they're really babying these kids, right? Like they are real deal babying these kids.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? Like I can legit say that growing up,
We were very different.
we were, but it's almost like soon as we got on up out of there and like became full-fledged adults, they was like,
Exactly. Look,
whole new breed of kids coming along. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, but look at, our generation raising kids though. Like,
This is
our
true.
generation, it's a different style of parenting. Like,
Yeah.
because like generations now used to be separated like at 10-year intervals or something like that.
Yeah.
Now different generations are like 2 or 3 years. Like,
Well,
you
I
know
don't
what I'm saying?
not necessarily 2 or 3.
I mean,
now they're like 10 years. Because I know, like now there are a couple people that might be grandparents and they like 35, 36.
Exactly.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like that.
What's the chick name? Bernice.
Bernice Burgos.
I thought she was 25.
She's a real life grandma.
Bernice Burgos is a real deal grandmama, bro. Like she's like, how old is she? Like 37.
37, I think.
By the way, y'all be sure to holler at my dog Romaine. One swag, Bernice Burgos coming to 9 bar. Just had to throw that in there. I hope not. I hope not. I hope that wasn't in the rider. You know what I'm saying? I hope that wasn't in the rider. Her daughter might be able to come.
Yeah.
So she's like 22, so any of y'all are young TSU students, shoot your shot, bro.
Stay away.
Clay Curry, bro, shoot your shot. Clay Curry, shoot your shot, bro.
I look like a grandma.
Well, I don't know, as far as, and I'm pretty sure you will. But as far as these kids go, man, it's just a different day and age, and I hate to say this, bro, but and I know politically correct Twitter, Instagram, society. Some of these kids just need their ass, bro. I mean, I can say it out, right? At the end of the day, that's just what it boils down to. Whether you get disciplined by your parents, your neighbors, the kids on the block, bro. Because I mean, like when we was coming up, like if you got out of pocket, like you had to pay for that.
Wherever you were,
You got G-Check.
school, wherever, church, anybody can whoop you. Ray, the pastor, anybody can
So,
whoop you.
why do you think, especially for us, like black community, like how do we get that minute, like lost in the mix?
Social media one.
Social media was one. Social media was
Social media
one.
is one.
And then two, I also think that it also got to that point due to a lot of educational disciplinary actions that changed legally nationwide. Once they pulled, and I know our parents and grandparents would say, they would be like, once they pulled pram and paddles out of school, y'all just went crazy. And truth be told,
And guess what? Now they want to go. Now teachers,
you know, the conversation about, and another thing, I think that mental illness is a real big thing too. In some regards, it's a big thing.
Just to be real though, like having a 9-year-old and a 4-year-old, I ain't have nobody put my kid to school. Not how the world is right now.
Not now. Back in the day.
I had that.
Back in the day, that paddle would handle all that.
So the thing is right, you handle that because you came from a family and from a background that your mom didn't play that, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Risa Pope didn't play that, bro.
Now, back in the day, when they say, I'm going to call your mom, you no, please, they call my mom. I'll need a number.
They bold because of that.
Exactly.
And the parents will be mad. First off, you know your child, man. You know your child for real bad.
You got a badass child.
Especially when they got all them silvers in there.
I'm about to get my drink out. Don't have it.
All them silvers in their mouth. Y'all
All them
kids.
silvers.
Bring it back. Bring it back.
Let's bring it back. First off, I would like to be the first one of another alley-oop out here. Darren and Adrian for President 2036. I don't even know if that's the election. That sounded good.
I'll take the hoop though. Anything you would take.
Man, listen, I like going alley-oops. That's passer in the city, bro. Book it.
As long as they give out the little merchandise, I'm cool with that.
For our campaign.
And that would be a really dope that would be a really dope thing. Thing is you know, we just had the election. Or just had elections last week. And now the mayoral election is coming up. Have you all thought about reaching out to some of our black candidates Not necessarily just because they're black, but let's see.
But partially because
It's Erica Gilmore. Erica Gilmore, is she running for president, I believe? That's none of that. Running for mayor, my fault. She's running for mayor.
Harold Love, Judy, somebody.
Yeah, so and if I'm not mistaken, I want to say Erica Gilmore, she covers the district that TSU is in. I believe she might cover the 28th and Jefferson district.
Okay.
So you all being Tennessee State alum, I don't know if you all have thought about reaching out to her to possibly get those who are of age at TSU, at Fisk, at Meharry, who can actually vote, maybe partnering up with her to come up with some pretty dope political parties and some pretty dope political campaigns. Yeah.
She can come out.
I'm looking at folks in my life. If y'all need some more of this creative genius, bro.
That's all right there.
Yeah, but like real talk though, because I mean, I definitely think that I think that she would love everything that you all have going. I mean, I have models, I have athletes. We have American heroes.
Yeah.
Why not put Live Above? Just throw it out there. Why not get Live Above in the political world?
Right, you.
Let's do it.
Why not?
Let's live above.
Let's Live Above. Red Cup's up for that. Everybody got the red cup up.
Like that.
Yeah, Red Cup's up for that, man. Everybody live above. Let's get to it. Hey. Long runners attack.
We definitely appreciate
Definitely
giving
appreciate
us
it.
your time, your energy.
All good vibes.
Yeah, it's very good vibes.
All good vibes, man. You all, I'd like to appreciate and thank you all for continuing keeping the show and the podcast. We had a really good run, man, and this one was no different from any of the others, man. It just keeps on growing and growing and growing. We really appreciate y'all for bringing us into you all space. This is our first our first on-site show at a remote location. So y'all be sure to stop by the shop. The shop is 100 Teddy Street,
Suite A11A.
Suite A11A. So you're just walking up the steps and come straight to the back, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool, man. So, it's P. Morgan.
Candy Coated ABD. Social media tags.
And give everybody y'all's social media tags, personal business, whatever y'all want, man.
Alright, y'all can find us at liveabove.co. You can find us online at www.liveabove.co. Liveabove.co on every social media handle.
Okay.
Love.
Alright, man, cool. Well, excellent kickoff to season 2 for 28th and Jefferson. Thank you, boss man, for having us on another day, and we're gonna wrap this show up, man.
If you're not following 28th and Jefferson podcast,
Do that.
do it now. If you're not following MassCtv, kill yourself.
Do that.
All right, we out.
Thank you. And it's Adrian from Live Above, and we just want to take the time to say thank you to the family at MassCtv for having us today.
Make sure y'all check them out on Instagram and keep following them, man. They doing dope things.
Everything you do should be legendary.
Live above.